Hi there, my name is Michelle and I'm the Teacher Success Coach here at Mangahigh. So I will be the one taking you through your beginners training course, which is suitable for teachers that are brand new to Mangahigh and are looking to get familiar with the types of activities on Mangahigh and how to actually assign them to their students and make sure that you fully benefit from your access or having access to Mangahigh. To begin with, the platform is really simple to use, and our passion is in making sure that your students get excited, engaged, and eventually excelling in maths. So at this point, you should have received an email, whether from your colleagues or from our Mangahigh staff, with your teacher login details. To log into Mangahigh as a teacher, you will simply need your school email address and your password. Go to mangahigh.com and click on login. And at this point, you have two options. You can either log in as a student or you can log in as a teacher. So make the selection to log in as a teacher so that you are in the right place. Enter your email address that's been registered and of course a password that you have actually been set for yourself. Click done when you're ready. Now, the second thing you need to know about Mangahigh is how easy it is to use. Now, once you have logged into Mangahigh, top left-hand corner shows your school name. If you click on your school name, you should pull up a list of all the classes that's already been set up on the system for you. Now, if you can't find your class list, that's completely fine. Don't be afraid. Send us an email, support@mangahigh.com. Send through your class list and we will upload it for you and get it all ready and set up for you within 24 hours. If you can see your class list, the next thing you want to do is make sure that you go ahead and print your student list, and therefore so that you can actually assign it, or you can assign some activities for your students and they have their logins to access those activities. So to do this, click on admin, and under admin you'll find all the list of classes that's available to you already. So let's just say I'm teaching class 2. Go ahead and click on class 2 and it will pull up all of the student lists that is associated with this particular class. The next thing you want to do is simply click on print and the system will generate and print a PDF that looks something like this, where you can simply print, cut it out and hand it over to your students. To log into Mangahigh, your students will go to www.mangahigh.com/login. They will enter their user ID, their password and their school ID. Now, if your students have their own device, they will stay logged in. But it's always a nice idea to make sure that your students actually copy and paste or take a photo of this somewhere and keep it handy somewhere. Now, if your students do eventually lose their password or they don't know their school ID, as a teacher, you can always go into admin to grab those information for them. You can also do things like if your students have lost their user ID or they've forgotten their password or some other students somehow picked up that student's password and it needs to be changed, you can click into your class and click on the little pencil next to your student's name. And from there, you can go in and change your student's user ID and password. So let's just say we want to change that password to Mangahigh. And once you're happy with that selection, simply click Save. And all you need to do is reprint that login for your student and all of that password or the user ID and password has now been updated for that student. They don't lose their data, they still belong to that class, so it's all pretty straightforward in terms of how teachers can just change the login themselves. At this point, you will also notice that there are some classes with a curriculum focus already set for them, and there are some classes that don't have the curriculum set. Now, it's really important, especially at the start of the year or when you are getting started, to set a curriculum focus for your students. The reason for this is because the students, when they log into Mangahigh, they will start by looking through the assigned activities, but the system also allows them to go through and navigate themselves through independent work to actually go through all of the additional activities, but based on the curriculum focus you have set for them. So if you have set a curriculum focus, it just allows your students to make sure that they are doing additional work that is still relevant to the level that you want them to be working on. Now, as a teacher, you can set a curriculum focus that's higher or lower than your class grade. Now, that doesn't mean that your students will actually see that they have been set a higher or a lower curriculum focus. So there is a little bit of anonymity in it, okay? So as a teacher, I would go in, click into your class. On the top right-hand corner, click on the 3 dots menu and click on Class Settings. And from there, you can do things like change the name of your class if you wanted to. Okay. And click on the curriculum focus that you want to set for your class. So again, maybe at the start of the year, you want to set them a year 6 curriculum focus. Once you're happy with that, you click save. And once you've saved that setting, when your students in this particular class goes into Mangahigh, they will now be able to navigate through the curriculum tasks that is based on the focus level that you have set for them. All right, that's it for our first video, and I look forward to you checking in with our second video.